I'm Sophia Wright, and for my project, I actually work at the BYU Kindergarten, and I got to work at a literacy center with 5 kindergarten students. The goal for the teacher, she wanted me to look for an application, some kind of way to use technology so that the kids could focus on handwriting. So that's why I chose that tool, was to be able to practice handwriting. Um, So when I was looking for some kind of application, some kind of game or something like that, I was looking for a way that they could do handwriting, but in a way that was engaging, because a lot of times they just get kind of bored. When they're writing it out with pencil and paper, it just gets a little old pretty fast. Um, so I was looking for something that they could be interacting and things like that. And the one that I found is called Letter Workbook Application. It's not called application, it's an application. And I chose it because of that, because it is engaging and because of some other things that I'll talk about in just a minute. Because it was effective in teaching handwriting, because the students, what you do is it goes kind of in stages within one application as they're doing it. Um, the first time they write the letter, you can choose between upper and lowercase. So we started with lowercase h, for example, is what we did. And it shows on the screen they have little orange dots that they follow with their finger, and as they follow, it draws it for them, the specific letter. And then after the I think first 1 or 2 times, then it just goes to dotted lines with the letter outlined on it. So then they actually trace the dots and connect the dots, I think maybe 3 times. And then after that, there's no dots, and they just have to be able to remember how to write it themselves. I really liked it, and I thought it was effective at teaching handwriting because they're able to practice multiple times in a row with one letter. Um, and so in that sense, it was really efficient for teaching handwriting, because normally they may have paper and pencil, things, other materials that they might be using, but this way they're able to do it a repeated amount of times using just one tool, just the iPad. Um, and also, what I really liked about the tool is that it has kind of like a built-in assessment, because if they get it right, then there was a little green check mark on that specific letter that they did, the specific attempt. And so I think they had to do 10 times, I think sounds about right. And if they did it well, they stayed in the lines and everything like that, then they got a green check. And if they didn't do it right, they got a red X. And initially I was concerned that maybe it would be like competition with the kids, or like it might hurt their self-esteem if they got a red X. I'm always worrying about them, but they actually did just fine with it. They got super excited when they got a green check. And for the most part, whenever they got an X, they just said, okay, I'm going to do it again. And they got another chance to try it again, which I really liked about the application. Um, Only a couple of instances where students got really frustrated. Maybe just one student that she got really upset that she was getting them wrong. And so with her and with even just with the other ones that got red X's that maybe weren't so frustrated, I just asked them, okay, why did you get an X? What do you think you need to do better? And so they would kind of maybe say 1 or 2 things that they think they could do better on the next attempt. I really liked that as well, because it offered a lot of opportunity for feedback. Um, in terms of level of difficulty with the technology, it was super easy to use. You just open the application, easy to use for the teacher, and also very easy to use for the students. It was very clear, pretty self-explanatory what they're able to do. The only difficulties that I ran into is that a couple of times, I think just on 2 different iPads, the application kind of froze up and you couldn't switch from upper to lowercase, and so we just had to use different iPad. It was really weird. And I don't know, that might have been attributed to the fact that it was a free application, the free version. Maybe if you had the real application itself, it wouldn't do that. Um, and so what we did is we just went to a different iPad, and it just worked out just fine. I would definitely use this teaching tool in the future. I think it would be helpful. It's very engaging. I noticed the students were really excited. I've never seen them this excited to do handwriting before. Um, they really liked, and there was also a little picture. We did the letter H, so there's a little picture of a horse, and every time you tapped on the horse, it would dance or it would do something different. It would move. So they were super excited about it. It was kind of, I told them, like, as your reward, every time you get one right, you can click on the horse and it'll do something. So I thought it was very, very engaging. And I would use it again because of that aspect, because they really enjoyed it, and because it's so easy. There's no cleanup. You just download it and it's there, and you can use the whole alphabet. So I would totally recommend it to anyone that needs to do any kind of handwriting or literacy center in that sense.